Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we have a very fun video. I'm going to be doing a updated full face of luxury beauty worth the money. I did the whole shebang today. I started with one of my favorite masks and then hit every category of luxury beauty items that I think are worth the price. And speaking of luxury beauty, I also have a new little add-on piece from IDYL. As many of you know, I love their sparkles, wear them on a daily basis. So I want to share my newest little add-on piece. So if you are interested in seeing how I created this look using all luxury beauty products that are worth the splurge, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, before we dive into the tutorial, I wanted to share my newest little add-on piece from IDYL Jewelry. I absolutely love this brand. I have been lucky enough to be gifted some of these beautiful sparkles, but I also have bought some of these items myself as well. It is a brand that I completely believe in, and I'm gonna go ahead and put on my IDYL Jewelry rings. I picked those out myself. These rings are one of my favorites, something that I picked up on my own. I love them so much, and they have expanded their ring range. So I will definitely be adding on, but I just love these so much. And on the daily, I get asked about my little stack that I wear here from IDYL. I get so many compliments on this necklace stack. And the best part about IDYL Jewelry is that this is lab-grown diamonds, but they are meant to be worn, not worried about. I literally wear all my jewelry in the shower. That is what I love about this brand, is that you have your little beautiful sparkles, but you can live in them. And then on the ear candy front, many of you have noticed that I've been wearing the Paris add-on, which I absolutely love. So I'm somebody who feels like I look better with a little bit of a dangly earring. I mean, I wear all kinds, but I just want to show you. I have had this on my wish list forever since they launched. This is the Paris add-on, and I paired it with my stud already. This is part of the beauty of IDYL Jewelry, is that you can slowly build on to your collection. That's part of the fun, is you can start with studs and then slowly add on. Aren't those gorgeous? I just absolutely love. Like, this might be one of my most favorite little add-on pieces from IDYL. I just think that they are elegant and pretty. I also popped on my little power cuff over here. Love the little ear candy. I just think it's kind of fun to dress up your ears with a little bit of sparkle. These are just timeless classic pieces that I wear on the daily. For myself, these are just really beautiful, kind of classic, timeless pieces. Each of these pieces are just something that are very high quality in my mind, but they're also accessible, if that makes sense. So high quality, high value. I'm gonna have these for a lifetime, and I have to tell you, I've had several of these pieces for years now, and they still just shine up beautifully. I still get compliments on these all the time, and I just think they're fun. That's what I'm saying. And this is my kind of brand, because I sleep in this jewelry, I shower in this jewelry, I can work out in this jewelry. It still is going to be beautiful and classic, but I can live in it, if that makes sense. So I wanted to share my newest little add-on to my collection. And it's kind of funny because my daughter came home for a visit. She always likes to steal some of my jewelry, and I was like, whoa, don't be going near my IDYL collection. I did end up giving her a pair of my studs to kind of kick off her own collection, and I'm planning on getting her a little add-on piece for the holidays and for her upcoming birthday. So it's kind of a fun little keepsake that's going to keep on giving. And as usual, I love the way the packaging is put together. And actually, as we're starting to think about the holidays, this just always comes beautifully packaged. I just love like the little sayings that they have inside each box. It's going to come with some extra goodies as well. Like, again, I love the little pouches. I use these beyond just holding my jewelry. So since the theme of this video is luxury beauty worth the money, I definitely wanted to pop in, show you my IDYL pieces, and wanted to show you my newest little add-on to my collection. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on the makeup tutorial. Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited to be filming, and today I'm going to be sharing luxury beauty products that I think are worth the money. And I am going to start with a little skincare prep because I'm a big believer in masking. I'm somebody who has sensitive skin. I can't do really like harsh treatments on my particular skin. I have learned through the years, but I really love this new beauty. This is the resurfacing flash peel. It is basically a very gentle exfoliating peel that I will leave on for 5 to 10 minutes. My skin's a little sensitive, so I tend to leave it on probably 5 minutes. And then my skin is just so baby soft. It is just like very clear, and I love to do this maybe once a week. Again, I just feel like masking works for me, so I kind of do a couple different masks throughout the week, like a hydrating one, I like a peel one, and this is just one that I really think is worth every penny, especially if you are like myself and maybe you can't do, certain treatments, but you want to improve your skin. So I'm going to put this on real quick. It is just such an easy mask to use. So what I'll do is I generally just put it on with my fingertips. I think it comes with a spatula, but I have long gone. I haven't kept that in place. So what I do is just take a couple pumps, and then I'm going to put that all over the face. I avoid the eye area because I'm going to slap on one of my favorite little eye masks here as well. And again, this is just a quickie, 5 to 10 minutes max. And I'm going to do just one more pump. Probably don't need it, but just want to make sure I have it all over. There is a slight tingle to it, but nothing too intense, just kind of doing its little exfoliating. It has this siren capsule in it that is the proprietary ingredient in the U Beauty. And yes, I take it down my neck. You can put it on your décolleté as well. And then I'm gonna slap on one of my favorite little brightening eye masks. This is from Wise Beauty. These are actually the really cute ones, the little bandana ones. And I will put that under here. I love these little cute bandana ones, but you've seen me use the plain ones. But these just sort of like wake up my eyes here and feel so good. So this is what I will do. Real quick, we're gonna leave it on for 5 minutes, let it do its magic. And then while we're doing that, I'm gonna share a supplement that I love, but I'm first gonna put on my Sarah Creel, The Adults Are Talking Balm in Clarity. I love this stuff so much, but basically we're doing a little mask, a little eye mask, a little lip treatment here. And then one of the supplements that I have been incorporating into my routine and really liking is this Sakara. This is the Beauty Biome, and I have literally finished a whole container of it. So I have used this, the whole thing, 60 capsules. And I actually just placed another order for the supplement because I think it is helping. This includes probiotics as well as collagen in it. I'm a big believer in probiotics as well as collagen. That is something that I have included in my routine for many years now, and this one includes both of it. I take 2 capsules in the morning, and basically I think of this as my little insurance policy of beauty from the inside out. Obviously I try to do all the other stuff, drink water, eat well, exercise, so that all plays into it, but this is something that I've taken for a whole 30-day cycle, have one on its way. I think it's showing up today, so I'm a little bit excited, but this is just something I wanted to share because I actually think that it is helping with my overall health and well-being, and hopefully getting my skin, you know, doing a little insurance policy. And it's getting in my probiotics and collagen all in one, so I love that. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go rinse off my mask, and then we are gonna do a full face of luxury beauty that I think is worth the money. Okay. Rinsed off that mask, took off the little eye patches. I am going to quickly put on my Angela Collia. This is the Cell Forte Serum. This is another one of these one and done serums that includes all the goodies in your skincare routine, and I think this might be my 5th bottle. So this is something, as many of you know, I mix up my skincare, but this is something that I rotate through. I really like the way it feels on my skin. This just won the Allure Beauty skincare product worth the splurge, and I will say, yep, my skin loves this. This includes the exosomes, growth factors, and I definitely think there is some validity to all of the hype. And so I'm just going to put on moisturizer. I'm actually using her Souffle moisturizer this morning, and then we'll get on with the makeup. I like the light texture of this moisturizer in the morning. Now, as you know, I mix up my skincare, kind of listen to my skin and see what it needs, but in this video, I specifically have picked things that I have repeat purchased. Thus, you've heard me talk about Angela Collia skincare in the past, and definitely feel like that brand is worth every penny. And then as far as sunscreen, I have one splurge-worthy sunscreen, and then I always like to give a shout out to my Color Science Total Protection No Show Mineral Sunscreen. You've seen me use this so many times on camera, but I also really love this U Beauty. This is their multimodal sheer mineral sunscreen, but yes, it is definitely a little pricier. I do really like the texture of this. It is just fantastic. And if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I like mineral sunscreens, or I should say my skin likes mineral sunscreen. Sorry, I did a big, huge blob, at least a quarter size of this. But this one, the texture is so silky that whenever I put on makeup afterwards, it just like goes on like a dream. So that's what I would say. The difference is this almost feels like this like luxury primer, and it's just beautiful. So I'm going to put this all over my skin. And then in general, I let my sunscreen sink into my skin for at least 20 minutes. And I'm gonna go ahead apply my morning eye cream, and I love the Sarah Creel Firm Offer. This is the one that I use in the AM. It's got a little caffeine in it. It's got a little tint, so it starts to kind of brighten up underneath my eyes. So I am just going to take that, and yeah, I put a lot on there, but that's okay. So what I'll do is take a few minutes to kind of massage on the skin. If you have extra, you literally can put it anywhere where you want to plump up any lines. And then I just like to take a couple minutes to depuff the skin here. And then I like to take my Chantecaille, this little massaging tool, and I just like to depuff my skin. It always feels so good, and I feel like it just sort of penetrates all the goodies that we just put on my skin. But I'll just give it a little moment here. Okay, skin is prepped, and now we are going to have fun with some makeup. I'm just going to pull my hair back just a little bit here, and I have two foundations that I think are absolutely worth every single penny. You won't be surprised probably by either of them, but the first one is Chantecaille Future Skin, the reformulated one. I am obsessed with this foundation. I definitely think it is worth the $95. I literally, I have a huge dent here. I love this so much. So it provides you with a smidge more coverage than the old version. I feel like it is also a smidge less dewy, but it is very hydrating on the skin. It is very plumping. It still has that gel formula that, you know, plumps up the skin and feels amazing. I absolutely highly recommend this one, especially for any of you who have more mature skin, but I think this would work on most skin types, even oily. So this one, I want to give a shout out. I'm not going to use this one today because you've seen me use this on camera so many times, but I have to say, absolutely worth the money. It's got a retinol alternative in here, so it's infused with skincare. I think they did a fantastic reformulation. They expanded the shade range, and if you are my skin twin, we are in macadamia. So I absolutely recommend that one and think it is worth every single penny. But Victoria Beckham just launched her The Foundation Drops. I'm a little bit obsessed with this. I absolutely love it. And yes, I do use her little trio. So I am going to use the Victoria Beckham, the Cell Rejuvenating Illuminator for underneath. And I really like this product. So all of the Victoria Beckham beauty products have been infused with the Augustinus Bader skin care. So I take like 2 pumps of the illuminator, and I got this one in pearl, and I have the old version in golden, and then they have a rose color that I'm tempted to get, but we're gonna do the full Monty today. But I love this primer because it's not too disco ball, if that makes sense. This is just going to give me a nice little glow underneath my makeup, and I have just been so obsessed with the trio. So of course I watched Victoria Beckham use the products and I was like, oh my gosh, I love the look because this does not feel like anything on the skin. It actually is surprisingly has more coverage than you think. But as I have been aging, I just find that the foundations that make me look a little bit more youthful are things that are buildable. So they're kind of sheer light coverage, but you can build them up. They're both infused with skincare. And I'm just going to take a couple little drops here. And if you are my shade twin, we are in light 4 in the Victoria Beckham foundation drops, and I have been just applying this with my fingertips here, and they're just easy to use, and there's like a little bit of something magical on the skin. That's how I feel about Future Skin as well. I really can't recommend enough either one of those foundations. I just think they are gorgeous on the skin. I think partly is they let your skin shine through, and that's what I love. So yep, I even put it underneath my eyes here, and can you see it's just giving me a little bit of coverage, but it looks like skin, and it feels so light on the skin. It feels like it's good for my skin. That's what I love about it, is does not feel heavy, does not feel like makeup. And I also like the fact that I can, I know it's doing something good for my skin as well. So absolutely love the foundation drops from Victoria Beckham. I really love the way that these wear throughout the day, and that has been my go-to since I picked it up. As far as concealers worth the money, I've got a couple to recommend today. I am going to use my Victoria Beckham, the concealer. I really love this pen. I like the texture of this concealer. I'm not somebody, I'm learning to like concealer, but sometimes I personally feel like if I put too much stuff underneath my eyes, I find that it ages me. The formulas have gotten so much better, but I did want to give a shout out to few other ones that I think are worth the money. As you know, I am obsessed with the Sarah Creel Face Flex. This is not only a concealer, I use this all over my face. I just think it is fantastic. Cannot get enough of that. So yep, I still like that. That would kind of be in the foundation recommendation as well. I'm still obsessed with Clé de Pose, the concealer. That also falls into that realm of using not only that concealer, that is the one that has the most coverage, but I also love using the Clé de Pose concealer kind of as foundation as well. It's just such a creamy, perfect product. It's still like #1 for a reason. And then I also really like the Sublimage. This is the Chanel Le Corrector Yeah, from Chanel. I'm in the shade, actually the shade that I use in Sarah Creel is 3.0. I use beige in the Clé de Pose, and in the Sublimage corrector I use 20, and this is like a tinted eye cream. It is fantastic. I love it. I'm almost needing to go buy another one. I'm getting low. I'm definitely making a big dent in my Sublimage, but this one is absolutely amazing. And it just is tinted eye cream, but it has some nice coverage. So, and yes, I also like the Chantecaille ones. Those are definitely ones that I would recommend as far as luxury concealers. So I'm just going to add a little bit more coverage where I need it here. Just giving myself a little highlighting with the Victoria Beckham. Okay, then as far as cream bronzer or contour, I absolutely love the Chanel. This is the La Beige Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream. They launched a new version, but it seems to have only been launched overseas, and I love this formula so much. It's a little bit more matte. It's like a gel formula, but I hate using things that are hard to get. But did want to tell you, yes, I do use this and love it. I have it in the tan light bronze for a little lighter contour, but for today's purposes, I'm going to be using my Victoria Beckham. This is the Contour Stylus, and this has been something that I have been reaching for lately. I just love it because it's kind of easier to use a little bit, like just, it's very creamy, but I like the thin little nature here. So I'm just gonna kind of do just a little bit of warmth on the skin here, but I did want to mention that Chanel, I do not know why it was not launched here in the US. And so this has just been my kind of go-to easy few little swipes, and then I will just buff that into the skin real quick. And I'm using the Chantecaille brush that they launched with the foundation, the new Future Skin, and I love this one. So I use it for a lot of not only the foundation, but for cream products in general. Okay, on the luxury blush front, one of the blushes that I feel like is not getting enough love or attention are the cream powder blushes. These just launched. They were such a big hit because they really are like the perfect texture. They have just like such a silky texture to them. They're like very creamy. Then they have the lasting power of a powder. So these I noticed were being used a lot when people were getting ready for the Emmys. I love watching those behind the scenes, and I just think these are so pretty. So two of my particular favorites are I love this one in Beige Eclatant, and this is like a great neutral that I may use today. The other one I really like is the Rose Radiant, but since I'm going to use two blushes or show you two blushes that I love or mention, I'm going to start with the Beige Eclatant. Since it is a more neutral blush, I just love these so much. And I do know they were super popular when they first launched, but I feel like they need a shout out because these are ones that I tend to reach for. So just gonna put on this Beige Eclatant. This one just gives me a little bit of color on the cheeks, not too much because I'll top it with another blush that I love and definitely think is worth every penny. So if you're somebody who loves cream blush but your skin eats it up, definitely try these ones from Chanel. As you can see, it's getting down there. I use this a lot. And then on the powder blush front, I definitely need to give a shout out to these YSL blushes. They are so beautiful. Like I love these ones so much. They are pigmented, they are super long lasting, and then I have completely fallen in love with the Dior Backstage, these Rosy Glow blushes, but they came out in different shades, and I love this one in toffee. So toffee is sort of like the equivalent to what I just put on with the Chanel, that beige eclatant. I know this blush does not look like much in the pan, but it is just so beautiful. But today I'm gonna pop on one of the YSL. I think the one that I wear the most is the one in Restless Rose, because this is the perfect peachy pink tone. It's just gonna give my skin a little lift, so a little goes a long way with these. They are so long lasting, and just gonna pop a little bit of that on the cheeks on top of that beige eclat here. We're piling on the makeup today. I literally could do like 3 or 4 of these videos of what I think, but I'm just gonna try to condense it to one right now with some of these products that I think are definitely worth the money. But these ones are a fantastic formula. They're so pretty on the skin, very pigmented, but again, gonna give you that natural flush. Again, blush is something that has become very important in my routine because I feel like it is the most youthful product that I have, is using a little bit of blush. And back in the day, I didn't care much about blush. I just was sort of like take it or leave it. And now I just feel like it really does liven up the complexion so much and is just a really important part of my makeup routine. Okay, then on the luxury powder front, you guys know I absolutely love my Westman Atelier Vital Skincare powder, and this one is in Bubble, very well loved. I absolutely think that this is worth every penny. I don't tend to use a ton of powder on my particular face, so it goes a long way. I am going to go ahead and mention the La Prairie. I'm down to the little travel is what I have left. I did purchase the expensive Skin Caviar loose powder. I have it in the translucent one shade. I hate to tell you, but yes, if you're somebody who loves powder and you want like the airbrushed, most beautiful finish ever, I'm afraid this is really worth it. It does have a perfumed scent to it. It is super expensive, but since this is luxury beauty worth the price, I will tell you, if I am going to an event or anything like that, this is what I pull out. I do think it is absolutely stunning. It just has such a good finish. It just makes your face look sort of airbrushed. So what I'm gonna do is I use it pretty sparingly since I am down to my travel. And I'm just gonna put this just lightly all over the skin, and then my makeup will stay put all day. And I don't know exactly if it's the skincare infused part of the powder or why, but it is a very, very beautiful finish. And if it is something that you use sparingly, it may be completely worth it to you. I don't know if you can see how it just kind of gives me this very velvety feel. That's how I also feel about my Westman Atelier too. So just wanted to mention, yep, I do like that one. And while we're on the subject, yes, I still own the Skin Caviar foundation. Yes, it makes my skin look incredible. That one's just really hard for me to recommend because there is so many other luxury beauty foundations that, you know, do the same thing and have like a little bit more technology in it. Yes, I still do own that. The problem with this Skin Caviar foundation is the color shades are so difficult to match. So even though it's an incredible formulation, it's really hard to get a good match. They don't have a wide shade range, and I just feel like that's just something I can't really recommend. Two luxury bronzers that I highly recommend are, yep, the Hermes. This is the Plein Air, and I love this in the shade number 3, Sahara. Still recommend this product. I still use this. It is a gorgeous mineral powder based bronzer. It just looks really natural on the skin. Love it. But the one that I have been using nonstop all summer long is from Farah Omadi, and this is her essential bronzer, and it is so freaking beautiful. So this product, I just love the texture. It is almost like a powder to like a creamy powder. It just looks so natural on the skin. I have this in the Lumen color right here, which I love. It's not too golden, definitely does not pull orange. But for my bronzer today, I'm going to be using my Farah Omadi. I love this, and I have her shader blender brush that I love. It's just really super soft, and I'm just going to warm up my skin just a little bit here with this Lumine. It's going to give me this sort of lustrous warmth on the skin. This is another luxury brand that I absolutely think is worth the money. I feel like all of the research that goes into her products is spot on, and everything I use feels like such good quality. So this has been my go-to bronzer. I just cannot recommend it enough. Can you see? It just gives me a nice lustrous finish. Love, love, love. Okay, on the eyeshadow front, that was a little bit harder for me to narrow down. As many of you know, I love my Chanel eye quads. They may not be for everyone, but I usually don't recommend anything that is limited edition on these kind of videos. But I have to say, I am obsessed with the Vuitton collection is in the Stellaire, and this one is like my favorite eye quad currently. It is still available, so I wanted to recommend it because it's actually quite versatile, and this little pop of blue over here is just stunning. So that one I love. I also absolutely love this ombre Hermes, and this one is in the Fume formula, but I used this I think last time I did an updated one of these, so wanted to mention I still love this one. It's one of my personal favorites. I also think that Clé de Peau eye palettes are amazing. They're just creamy and buttery and fantastic. But the winner today, what I'm going to be using, is from Prada. So this is one of these formulas that I just think is fantastic, and I cannot recommend these enough. And I'm going to be using this one in Pansy today. It is like one of my favorite eye looks. I also like the lighter one. I'm going to say it wrong. I'm going to say Posy, but I don't think that's correct. But I absolutely think the formula of these Prada eye palettes is worth every penny. They are creamy, they are pigmented. You can play it up, or you can keep it a little bit more natural. I just think they are fantastic. And this one, you can probably see from the amount that I've used, is well loved. Okay, let me go ahead, put this on my eyes. I like to start in the middle pan right here. Okay, just absolutely love these shadows. And then this is the Magic Pop color. I just think it is So gorgeous, and this is where the magic happens. You can put this on with your fingertip if you like. I feel like it just gives the eye a little reflection. It's so pretty. But you can build it up more or less. I tend to just use during the daytime just a little swipe of this, and I will go through and just tap that into the eyes. Make sure everything's nice and blended. I love the Prada eyeshadows. They come in a lot of different, like really fun, bold color stories, but then they launched sort of some more neutral ones that were right up my alley, and I cannot recommend those shadows enough. And then as far as eyeliners, it has to go to Victoria Beckham. These satin kajal eyeliners are still just my ultimate favorite. And with this particular eye look, I like to go in with the shade Copper, and then I will pop it with a little bit of my favorite Navy Noir. I like the contrast of this color story with a little pop of blue. So first I'll go in with Copper. This is such a pretty color, and I will come and just sort of line the upper lash line. You can put a little bit of it on the bottom as well with this Copper. And then I use the little sponge just to smudge it out. So part of the reason I like these is that lived in easy makeup look. Copper has quickly become one of my favorites, and if you are somebody who has hazel green eyes, I think the Copper really makes our eyes pop. I could see this being gorgeous on all color eyes as well, but this one is gorgeous. And then for a little extra pop, one of my favorites right here, Navy Noir, I'm just gonna do a little bit of that on the upper lash line, and just adds a little more oomph near my lash line. Okay, that is my Prada eye look. And then as far as eyebrow and mascara, recommendations that I think are worth it. Yep, I'm still a Chantecaille Faux Cils Longest Lash Mascara gal. This has just been like, I have used this for years. I still think that it is worth every penny. It's got that peptide in it. I'm also somebody who loves a classic brush, and this is just like one of my ultimate favorites. So I'm afraid that one is staying the same as far as recommendations, because it is still the one that I use. And again, it's got some peptides in it that helps my lashes grow. And then I did pick up the Victoria Beckham, the baby blade in taupe, and I love this eyebrow pencil. So it's just a little bit easy for me to use. I'm not great at brows, so that's not something that I fully feel comfortable recommending, but I recently picked this up. I love it. So I am going to go quickly clean up my brows, put on my mascara, and then we will have a little bit of fun with a few highlighters and lip recommendations. Okay, we have eyes on. Then I have two highlighters that I absolutely love, recommend. The first one is from Victoria Beckham. I love her Reflect highlighter. I just feel like if you want that glass skin look, you need this in your life. I'll put that on one side here. I just think it is so beautiful. You see how it just picks up and makes my skin look a little healthy here. I often put a little bit of that up into the brow bone, and it gives me like a little lift in the eye. And then the other one is the Armani. This is the Fluid Sheer Glow Enhancer in the shade 11. And this one is just so gorgeous. It is the perfect color. It is like a blush, bronzer, and highlight in one. And I just love this one so much. Over here, I'll just put that over here. And this one again is going to give me a little bit like kind of a blushy bronze look. I'll put some on both sides just to even things out. We have lots of makeup on today, but I hope it doesn't look too cake face, but I love this so much. So just to even it out, since this one has a little bit more pigmentation, but I cannot recommend this product enough. It is so pretty on the skin, and again can work like multi-purpose. It looks really pretty on your eyes as well. So if you are traveling and don't have a ton of time to do your makeup, this is going to kind of work like on your cheeks, on your eyes. You can even dab a little bit on your lips here too. And just a really great all-around, all-purpose product. Okay, lip products worth the splurge. The first one is my perfect lip combo. This is from Farah Omadi, and this is the combo of her new Soft Glass Plumping Oil. I freaking love this. This is in Pomme, along with the Minky lip liner. So I'll quickly add this on, but this is like my perfect lip combo. As many of you know, I'm more of like a lip gloss, lip pencil girl, but I do have a few lipsticks that I absolutely love. They are a splurge, but they are worth it. So I'm going to do a couple little different lip looks real quick. This is my go-to everyday lip combo look, but then I guess I have turned into a matte lipstick girl, which I cannot believe, but I think it is because they're doing all these soft matte lipstick formulas that I have just completely fallen in love with. So I'm going to share a couple of my favorites along with a definite splurge worthy lippie from Louis Vuitton. Okay, I don't normally share limited edition products on these kind of videos, but I'm obsessed with this slightly matte lipstick formula from Hermes. This is in the shade Rose of Pure. It is like my perfect color. Like I'm absolutely obsessed with the formula, with the color, to the point where I feel like I should buy a backup. The soft matte formula just feels very hydrating but velvety on the lips. I just cannot recommend this formula, this color enough. I am obsessed. Then I have to give a shout out to the Prada matte lipstick. This is in Tia Below. This is in like my perfect nude shade, and again I actually like this formula. It feels a teeny bit more waxy than the Hermes one, but just so beautiful. I love this shade. It is just perfection. And then if you really want to splurge, I do have to recommend, this is from Louis Vuitton. This is the $160 lipstick. It does come in a gorgeous case here, but I did fall in love with her matte formula. I did end up picking up one of the satin ones, which it may have been the color I picked, but I did not like it whatsoever. But I did pick up the Nude Necessaire in her soft matte formula, and I completely fell in love with it. So this is bonus, definitely a splurge item, but I do have to say I like this shade, I like this formula, and I don't know, maybe I am becoming a soft matte lipstick girl because these tend to wear a little bit better on my lips. I like that sort of French look that's a little bit more powdery as well. And as you can see, all three of these are just in a really good shade tone for myself. This one is the Hermes Nude Necessaire. Next to that is the Prada Tiepolo, absolutely love. And then here's my Hermes limited edition in the Rose of Pure. It's such a good color. These are three matte lipsticks that I absolutely recommend. Okay, so here's a full face of luxury beauty that I think is worth the price. I am going to finish off with some perfume. I have two expensive perfumes that I think are worth the cost. I know you've heard me talk about, this is Louis Vuitton's Symphony. This was a birthday present and I can't tell you, I love this so much. This is a grapefruit, ginger, and bergamot scent. It may seem very simple, but that may be the beauty of it, is that it just smells so amazing. It has such longevity. Anytime I wear this scent, I literally get a compliment. That's not what it's about. I'm kind of obsessed with the scent itself. It is just my perfect freshie I have ever gotten, and I just am obsessed with it. So wanted to mention that. And then the other is from Creed. You all know, yep, I'm a Creedie. I love it. This was my anniversary present from my husband, but this is Pure White Cologne, and I'm gonna wear this today. I just love this one. This is a very classy, crisp, clean scent. Pure White Cologne also has a grapefruit note in here, bergamot, as well as Sicilian lemon. This also has a note of pear, neroli, and galbanum. And then in the base, it's got this really interesting rice note in here, along with white musks and ambergris. So on my hunt for my perfect, classy, crisp, everyday freshy scent, I have realized I have been looking in the wrong places. I guess I needed to be looking for a grapefruit scent, but these just work so well. They both make me feel like $1,000,000 anytime I wear either one of these. Actually, I get compliments on this one as well. This one just has that classic Creed DNA that I really gravitate towards. They do freshies so well, but these are two that I think are absolutely worth the money. They're just easy to wear. They make you feel like $1,000,000, and I cannot recommend them enough. Okay, this is my final look of the day, sharing all the luxury beauty products that I think are worth the money. These are tried and true products that I have used, loved, and would totally recommend if you are wanting to make a splurge on certain items. I think they are worth the money. As usual, I love to hear from you. Let me know what your favorite luxury beauty products that you feel are worth the money. I'm always on the hunt for the good stuff. So thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with another video soon.